Eeyore's good day. The sun was only just reaching its highest point in the sky over the 100-acre wood. But already it had been a friend-filled day for Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Early that morning they had agreed it was a good day to visit all their friends. First, they dropped in on Kanga and Roo, who were just finishing their breakfast. "Oh, what a pleasant surprise," Kanga had said. She welcomed them inside and set 2 more places at the table. Pooh had already had a full breakfast, but the walk to Kanga and Roo's house had made Pooh and Piglet hungry. "This honey is just delicious," he said to Kanga and Roo. Next, Pooh and Piglet stopped at Rabbit's house, just in time for a mid-morning snack. "Oh, hello, Pooh Bear, and hello, Piglet," Rabbit said. He was happy to see his friends while he took a break from working on his garden. "Oh, thank you for the honey, Rabbit. It's just scrumptious." And later that morning, they dropped in to say hello at Owl's. "Oh, hello, Pooh and Piglet. Come on in." He was just beginning to fix his lunch, and he invited Pooh and Piglet to join him. "Oh, well, I'm not sure we can stay for lunch," Piglet said, "but we have a few more friends to visit." Pooh scratched his chin, and he rubbed his tummy, deep in thought. "Though I suppose that means we better keep up our strength," he said at last, plopping down in one of Owl's chairs. "This food does look very tasty." Now, as Pooh and Piglet made their way toward Eeyore's house, Pooh felt pleasantly full, while Piglet was feeling overstuffed. He hoped that Eeyore had no food to offer. Good afternoon, Eeyore," Piglet called out as he and Pooh spotted their friend sitting in the sun. "Oh, hello," Eeyore replied glumly. "What brings you out to my gloomy part of the wood?" Pooh looked up at the blue sky and the bright sun. "It doesn't seem very gloomy to me," he said. Eeyore turned his eyes skyward. He said flatly. "I suppose you're right." "Is anything the matter, Eeyore?" Piglet asked. Eeyore thought it over. "No," he said at last. "I suppose nothing is the matter today." Pooh and Piglet looked at each other, puzzled. Neither was quite sure what to say. Nothing the matter? Usually Eeyore had at least one trouble to report. That his tail had fallen off, or his house had fallen down, or his house had been moved when he wasn't looking. Eeyore lay down and sighed a heavy sigh. "I guess this is what some folks would call a good day. I call it downright uncomfortable." Pooh scratched his head. "Uncomfortable?" he said. "I don't understand." Eeyore nodded. "I'm not complaining, but nothing the matter feels an awful lot like something the matter to me." Suddenly, Piglet had an idea. "Pardon me, Eeyore," he said, "but I need to talk to Pooh for a second." Piglet pulled Pooh aside and whispered in his ear so that Eeyore could not hear. "Pooh Bear, I was wondering," Piglet began, "do you think that Eeyore would feel better if something were the matter?" "Oh, I think that very well may be," Pooh whispered back. "I was thinking that if you and I were to make something the matter, just temporarily, of course, perhaps Eeyore would feel more like himself," Piglet suggested. Pooh and Piglet decided they would ask Eeyore to come with them to visit Christopher Robin. They figured that would take his mind off his problems, or rather, his lack of problems. But on the way back to Eeyore, Piglet stopped to examine a tiny ladybug on a flower. "Oh, well, would you look at that?" Piglet said. Pooh, who was walking right behind him, didn't notice that Piglet had stopped. And Pooh stumbled over poor Piglet. and stumbled over poor Piglet and flew through the air toward Eeyore. At the very last moment, Eeyore stepped out of the way, and Pooh tumbled full speed into Eeyore's house. Eeyore's house came crashing down to the ground. "Oh, don't worry, Eeyore," Piglet reassured him. "We'll rebuild it for you, won't we, Pooh?" "Oh, yes, yes," Pooh said. And he and Piglet went right to work, putting the house back together, as Eeyore looked on. As Eeyore sat and watched his friends rebuild his house, the smallest smile worked its way across his face. Was it because now there was something the matter? And that felt more natural to the gray donkey? Or was it that watching two good friends working hard to cheer up another that made Eeyore's spirits lift? Whatever the reason, all three friends agreed it had turned out to be a very good day indeed.